السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Inshallah, today also we will have a short lecture because we will complete the quiz for the other half after the lecture. Today, inshallah, we are going to study the paragraph about Hemingway, or the text about Hemingway. Hemingway, the writer. Hemingway, the writer, his early life, as we studied about Pablo Picasso, today we are going to study about Ernest Hemingway. Ernest Hemingway was one of the greatest American writers of the 20th century. So he is a modern writer of the 20th century. He was born on the 21st of July, 1899 in Oak Park, Illinois, the second of the 6 children. He is the second of the 6 children. His family was strict, not easy, strict, and very religious. According to them, his family was religious and the family was strict. His father taught his children a love of nature and the outdoor life. Ernest caught his first fish at the age of 3 and was given a shotgun for his 12th birthday. He was given a present. It was a shotgun. Yes. His mother taught him a love of music and art. At school, he was good at English and wrote for the school newspaper. He graduated in 1917. Generally, we say he graduated. Many people in the interview say, I was graduated. No, it's wrong. Say, I graduated. I graduated. Don't say, I was graduated. Yes. He graduated in 1917, but he didn't go to college. He went to Kansas City and worked as a journalist for the Star newspaper. He learned a lot, but he left after only 6 months to go to war. We say 1 month, 2 months, 3 months.
Not months.
Yes. Again, he referred to Ernest Hemingway. Yes, he refers to Ernest Hemingway. His Ernest's, yes. This verb was given past simple passive. And we have many examples in the past simple and in the past simple passive. So here, was born, passive, and taught, past simple, taught, yes, didn't go. So this verb is in the past simple, but it is negative. Negative. So we say didn't go, it means past simple tense in the negative. Learned, left, also worked. Yes. So now when we ask you to change from active into passive, we put verb to be plus the past participle. The questions: where and when was he born? When and how did he die? So the first part of the first question is from this passage, from this paragraph. Where was he born? Where was he born? He was born in
America.
He was born in Oak Park. He was born in Oak Park. When? On the 21st of July 1899. Yes. And the second half is in the last passage, the last paragraph. Did he have a happy family life? Probably, yes. We don't really know if he has a good family life or a happy family life or not. Yes. So the answer here, Oak Park, Illinois, when? On July the 24th, 1899. But did he have a happy family life? We don't really know. He was one of 6 children. One of 6, not the only one, like Picasso. He was one of 6 in a strict religious family. So we don't know if this atmosphere was happy or unhappy. Yes. How did his parents play a part in his career? His father taught him a love of nature, the outdoor life, hunting, fishing, several things. Outdoor life, hunting, fishing. His father. What about his mother? His mother taught him a love of music and art. So this is Hemingway's early life. Now, the second paragraph. Hemingway and war. Hemingway was fascinated by war. Fascinated or fascinating? Fascinated because when we speak about people, we use the ed adjective. But if we are speaking about a situation, we use the ing adjective. Yes. He had wanted to become a soldier, but couldn't because he had poor eyesight. He wanted to be a soldier, but he couldn't. He was not able to become a soldier. Why? Because he had a poor eyesight. He can't see very well. Instead of being a soldier, in the First World War, he became an ambulance driver. Not a soldier, but something related to war or to soldiers. What is it? An ambulance driver. And was sent to Italy he was sent to Italy to be what? To be an ambulance driver. Yes. Italy, where he was wounded in 1918. He was wounded, injured. Now he is ill. After the war, he went to live in Paris. After the war, he left Italy and went to France, to Paris. What is Paris? The capital of France. What about Washington, D.C.? The capital of the USA. Tokyo, the capital of Japan. Cairo, the capital of Egypt. Jerusalem, the capital of Palestine. Yes. After the war, he went to live in Paris, where he was encouraged in his work by the American writer Gertrude Stein. Gertrude Stein was met by Pablo Picasso. Yes, and also he was met by Hemingway. So Hemingway met the American writer Gertrude Stein. When in the 1930s, in the 1930s, he became a war correspondent. He became a war correspondent, giving news to newspapers. Yes. In the Spanish Civil War. Spanish Civil War. Yes. And World War the Second. So, in these two wars, Hemingway was a correspondent in these two wars. He was working with journalism. Many of his books were about war. Many of his books were about war. His most successful book, the most important book, For Whom the Bell Tolls, was written in 1940. 1940, not 14, no, 1940. Yes, and is about the Spanish Civil War. So the first important book by Ernest Hemingway was about the Spanish Civil War. What about the second? Another novel, A Farewell to Arms, is about the futility of war, about the meaningless of war, nonsense of war, meaningless nonsense of war, futility of war. So this sentence, is it about Picasso or about Hemingway? He had wanted to become a soldier, but he couldn't because he had poor eyesight. Hemingway. The other one, in the 1930s, he became a war correspondent in the Spanish Civil War and World War the Second.
Hemingway.
Also Hemingway. So these two sentences are about Hemingway, not about Pablo Picasso. Questions. The same questions of Pablo Picasso, now the same questions for what? For Hemingway. What do you think were the most important events in his early life? Yes? What are the most important events in his life? Working as a journalist, working as a journalist and being wounded. He was wounded in Italy during the First World, the Second. Look here. Working as a journalist is one of the most important events in Hemingway's life. And being wounded, this is passive, in Italy during the First World War. Number 5. When did he move to Paris? After war. Maybe in 1919 or in 1920, because it is after the war. Yes. Who did he meet there? He met someone. Whom did he meet? He met Gertrude Stein, the same as Picasso. Now, how did war play a part in his life? War played a great part in Hemingway's life. What is this part, or what are these parts? He worked in an ambulance driver in the First World War and was correspondent in the Spanish Civil War and World War II. He used these experiences in some of his novels. So Hemingway was not a soldier. He was an ambulance driver, but ambulance driver in the time of war. This is reflected in his novel and in his books. Yes. Next. The third paragraph. His personal life. His personal life. Hemingway's success. What is success? Success is a noun. Success is a noun. The adjective is successful. Successful. The verb succeed. The past of succeed, succeeded. Dead. Yes, ed after d, succeeded. Yes. So Hemingway's success in writing was not mirrored by similar success in his personal life. He was successful, but his family life was not successful. Many people, their success in life reflects on his family. But this one, Hemingway, yes, his success in writing and in his fame was not mirrored by similar success in his personal life. He was unhappy in his family life. In work he was happy, but at home he was unhappy. He married 4 times. 4 times. What about Picasso?
2
Twice. Twice and some mistresses. Yes. Here he married 4 times. His first wife divorced him in 1927. She divorced him. The first one divorced him. So he was sad. He was unhappy because he was dismissed. Yes? Now, he immediately, quickly married again and moved to Key West, Florida. After the first marriage, after he was divorced, he married again. And he went to Florida, where he enjoyed hunting, fishing, and drinking. But he also suffered from depression. His second marriage, he was happy with his second marriage. and he go fishing and hunting, and he drank a lot. So drinking is not good. Yes, it's forbidden in our religion. Yes. But he also suffered. It means he had something bad. He suffered from depression. Depression, the noun. Sadness. This wasn't helped when in 1928 his father committed suicide. Now, after this event, his father died, but not naturally. No, he committed suicide. He killed himself. Also in our religion, in Islam, it is forbidden to get rid of one's self. It is forbidden to get rid of one's self. Yes. His father committed suicide. Hemingway's health was not good, and he had many accidents. 2 more marriages failed. After the second, the third, and the fourth, all of them were failed. He failed in them. 2 more marriages failed, and he began to drink heavily. Not drinking, but heavily. He smoked heavily. He drank heavily. Very much. In 1954, he survived 2 plane crashes. He was about to die when he was on a plane, but he survived. How many times? Twice. Twice he was survived from plane crashes, accidents by plane. In October, yes. Why in, not on? Because with months we use in. In October of the same year, which year? 1954. Yes. He was awarded. He was given. He was honored. He was awarded the Nobel Prize for literature. He was given the Nobel Prize for literature. But he was too ill to receive it in person. Too ill.
Very ill.
Very ill. That he couldn't receive it in person. Yes. The questions. He was awarded the Nobel Prize for literature, but he was too ill to receive it in person. Hemingway. How many times was he married? 4 times. Were they successful? No. 4 times. The last paragraph. His final years. His final years were taken up with health problems. All his last years were with problems. What problems? Health problems. So he was not very well. He was ill. And alcohol. Health problem and alcohol. So again, alcohol is forbidden in our religion, the Islamic religion. he began to lose his memory and he couldn't write anymore. He stopped writing. He stopped writing. He lost his memory. On Sunday, the 2nd of July, or July the 2nd, 1961, Hemingway killed himself. Again, the father and the son, like father, like son. Like father, like son, with a shotgun. Yes, he killed himself, just as his father had done before him. Yes, as his father in the past had done before him. So he killed himself the same as his father. His father also killed himself, and Hemingway also killed himself. The question, where and when was he born? And how did he die? The answer, he was born in Oak Park. This is from the first paragraph. Illinois on July the 21st of 1899. But here, he killed himself with a shotgun on July the 2nd, 1961. So this is a reading passage. We study it generally. Again, look at the grammar spot. What tense are these verbs? Guernica was painted by Pablo Picasso. A farewell to arms and for whom the bell tolls were written by Ernest Hemingway. Two verbs. Was painted and were written. What tense are they? Past simple? Passive. Yes, past simple, passive. Is this verb regular or irregular?
Regular.
And the second one?
Irregular.
Irregular. So we have the past participle, maybe regular or irregular. Yes. Find more examples in the texts and underline them. We underline the verbs of Picasso, and now we want to underline the verbs of Hemingway. Yes, now we will return to them. Here we have 4 examples. Look here. All these verbs about Picasso and Hemingway are in the past simple passive. Again, for Pablo Picasso, was born, was blown, was spoiled, was allowed, was recognized, was shocked, were made up of, was honored. Ernest Hemingway was born, was given, was fascinated, was sent, was wanted, was encouraged, was written, was not mirrored, wasn't helped, was awarded, were taken up. Generally, we say the past simple with was or were and the past participle. So this is the formation of the passive. If we want to speak about the present, am, is, are, am, is, are, and the past participle. And inshallah in unit 7 we will take have been, has been, and the past participle. What about the continuous? Is being, are being, and the past continuous, and the past participle. Yes. Look here. The 4 questions Complete the sentences with auxiliary was, were, or had. Number A. Pablo's father left the room. When he returned, Pablo had completed. Had completed the picture. What tense is it? Past perfect. Past perfect. Yes. Why? Because here past participle and here the subject and the verb in the past participle. Past perfect. Had and the past participle. Picasso was given his father's he did not give. He was given. If he gave, we say he had given. No, he was given. Passive. He was given his father's palette and the brushes. It is in the past simple passive. Past simple passive. Both Hemingway and Picasso were living. Was or were? Because plural. Were living in Paris when they met Gertrude Stein.
Past continuous.
Past continuous, yes. Were living, past continuous. Long action. Number D. Both men were honored in their lifetime. Were honored? Past simple passive. Yes. Were honored. Past simple passive. Again, these are the answers. Pablo's father left the room when he returned. Pablo had completed. Had completed. Yes. Picasso was given. He was the receiver. He was given his father's palette and brushes. Both Hemingway and Picasso were living. Past continuous. Both men were honored. Past simple passive. Again, and this is the conclusion, the final conclusion of this lecture. Past tenses in the passive. Past tenses in the passive. Past simple passive was, were, plus past participle. Past continuous passive was, were, being, and the past participle. Past perfect passive. Past perfect had been and the past participle. Had been, were being, were, and the past participle. The uses are the same in the passive as in the active. So the past tenses in the active or in the passive, it gives the same meaning. The same meaning. Yes, but this is active and this is passive. The bridge was built in 1876. Finished action in the past. Finished. The bomb was being diffused when it exploded. Interrupted action. The past continuous and the past simple, it has interrupted action. This is the action in the continuous, and this is the action in the past simple. Interrupted. So this continuous was interrupted by another action. The letter didn't arrive because it had been sent to my old address. One action before another action in the past. One before another. So both of them are in the past, but one before the second earlier action. So the past perfect, aerial action. The past continuous, long action. The past simple, sequence action. Thank you very much. Barakallah fikum. Inshallah, now we are going to take the quiz for the second half of girls. Thank you very much.